So I just specifically wanted to address, just very precisely, I wanted to address that if we agree in the doxing example that I would have gone too far in that instance, right, then I think it is reasonable to say that from the perspective, Sonsol's perspective or other people's perspective or whatever, right, that you might have gone too far in incentivizing this kind of a behavior from another individual towards Sondsol and his Discord, forcing him to moderate his Discord, possibly changing his invite link and causing him all of that work. When instead, I think me and you can both agree that if somebody does some stupid to you online, you should probably just, like, you know, maybe criticize them publicly, call them a dumb or something if you need to, and just move on. Right?
But can't that also incite people to go after them?
Right, but yes, and if you have information showing that there are people in your community going through and doing that, you say quite swiftly to them, if I catch any of you doing it, I will ban you. That's what I do, and I have banned
But isn't
people.
that kind of like the entire point of people calling somebody out in general, is to have other people kind of get involved? I mean, that's why else would somebody call somebody out on Twitter unless they're expecting others to kind of get involved?
So getting involved can be in a non-toxic and a toxic way, in reference to like what we would call like in reference to how it would work publicly. So like, for instance, if I call somebody, let's say I call you out online, right? I call you out and I say you're a piece of shit. Somebody going through and trying to dox you, not good. Somebody trying to brigade you, not good. But somebody saying you're a dumb inside of the replies, that's fine, right? I don't really care about that. The whole point of calling, sorry, just real quick, 10 seconds. Okay. The whole point of calling somebody out online and publicly is to call attention to something that you are doing that is unjustified. That's the point. So people see that you're doing something unjustified, and they can consider that when they consider you a good actor or somebody they should listen to for X and Y and Z. That's the reason.
So isn't that what basically Dalton was like doing for me?
No. Like I said, it was because the manifestation of it is wrong. If Dalton had it set way, it manifested in a way that was like, people just saying, hey, you know, you're really fucking stupid, you're a dumb person or whatever, and that was the end of it, or this is a really bad take or some like that, then so be it. But the idea that you have to spam like bigoted or whatever set way, this person has to moderate all of their because they're and stuff, that's just pretty inappropriate. And I think directing your audience to mass spam somebody with messages, I think that's just inappropriate. But if your audience is doing it by just not necessarily mass spamming, I'm talking about just one or two people from your audience is going through and messaging, or not messaging, but replying under somebody's tweet, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But if there is a large tidal wave of people from your community actively trying to shit on somebody that you've shat on or whatever, like, I would just say it's not that big of it ain't that deep.
Hold on, let's see what just happened. Okay, Sonsol's here. Hello, Sonsol.
Guys.
Wait,
your mic is being weird.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I was going to try and use my phone, but never mind. I'll jump up on my computer. One second.
No, it sounds fine now.
Oh, sick. Cool. Yeah, so fill me in. What did I miss, guys?
A new follower.
Going over all the fun stuff that happened.
More or less, we just were talking about how whether or not Brittany's statements in regards to Dalton trying to say that they wanted to enter your Discord was justified, and whether or not a separate response would have been justified in that moment, and whether or not you're right to be angry about that, or whether or not other people are right to be angry about that, and what level of anger, what claims can be made as a result of that conduct.
A result of my conduct?
Correct.
I like how this still being flipped towards what I did instead of like what happened to me.
Okay, so
I love this. Really quick, I just love how every single time there's something that happens.
Gaslighting.
Every single time. Okay, I'm gonna gaslight the out of you. Okay, here we go. So every single time something happens with you, you're the victim. I gotta ask you just one quick question. Have you ever done anything wrong in your entire life?
Have you?
I have done a lot of bad things in my life, all right? And I'll admit to every single one of them. I was stupid when I've done a lot of stupid shit on stream. I've done some stupid shit to you. All right, and I've admitted those things when I have done them.
I've
yes.
never heard you admit to any of the things you've done to me. I've always heard you make excuses.
Okay, well, I know. Listen, I know that you're like Dory from Finding Nemo. You have a short-term memory problem. All right, but if you want to go back and you want to watch that that video that I have on YouTube, youtube.com/Sondsol, everybody. If you want to go and check that out, you can go watch the video where I talked to you, and then I brought in Samantha Banana, and I brought in Big Papa Fascist. I apologize to you in that video for like stupid shit that I have done in the past. So if you want to talk about shit that we've done in the past that is stupid, I'll own up to my shit. You've never owned up to one of yours.
I don't remember you apologizing. I'd have to definitely rewatch that.
Yeah, rewatch it.
All the things that you've wronged me on, you blame me for.
Yeah. Well, again, the only things that I've ever wronged you on, quote unquote, is asking you to do like some very simple moderation.
Here it comes.
So
see, this is what I'm talking about. So Sondsol, you literally leak my DMs with BPF talking and saying you're
that's the one that I said was probably stupid. That's the one that I said, hey, that one was
deniability. They were gonna like try to have it in the most damaging way, and basically it was to get our channel shut down. You wronged me there.
And I've admitted that was a really fucking stupid thing. I was really fucking mad at the time, and I've learned from that experience. I've grown. You know what?
What about when you had me ambushed? Did you wrong me there? When I specifically said I did not want
I've apologized to both you and BPF.
You never apologized. Excuse me. You didn't apologize to me. You apologized to BPF.
It was funny. Okay, but you have to admit that it was funny, though, right?
Can I step in?
Yeah,
Ahrelevant,
go ahead.
Okay. What does this have to do with the current situation?
Because it's been
it has nothing to do with it.
No, it's been a whole pattern of things that have happened, Ahrelevant, and which is why what happened last night, it's a pattern. It's not just like a one-off thing. So that's why it's a lot more triggering to me as well when it's become this long history of him fucking me over and doing shit like this. So that's just why it's relevant.
Okay, so
sure, yeah. So I've done. I just want to say one thing super quick. I'm just gonna say there's like two things that I would say that I've done things that are like shitty, but I don't think that they were like morally wrong. Right? There were things that I probably shouldn't have done, but it's not like they're like the most fucking egregious things in the entire world. Most of these things, again, do still stem from, hey, maybe don't have people like saying objectively super fucking racist stuff or like praising the fucking Holocaust in your Discord so you don't get banned. That's where all of our disagreements stem from. This time, it stemmed mainly from the fact that I had a contestant on my panel that was having threats and racial slurs and racial epithets thrown at her from both Brittany's chat, my chat, Stardust chat.
I don't know what was happening in your guys' chat, but in my
chat, but I did have to inform you of what was going on in your chat by sending you a screen cap, and you did nothing.
Sondsol, no, that is not true. Why do you keep lying and saying that? That's not true. Right after you sent that to me, and I have to keep saying this a million times, I said in my chat on the voice thing, I said, do not do that in our chat. Mods, make sure you delete that if you see it.
How many people were banned?
We didn't ban people because they would have had to do something from that point on. If somebody was, and I wouldn't have banned them, we would have deleted that. I told you my steps.
The entire day.
We would have deleted it, and we would have deleted it, and then told them not to do it. If they did it again, we would have muted them. If they did it again, we would have banned them. But that we don't go for like straight to instant banning, because a lot of times when I do ask people to stop doing things in our chats, they will stop doing it.
Brittany,
over the course of that, sorry.
Okay.
I have the full text document of her entire chat, and there were 11 timeouts given the entire stream, and most of those happened after she was kicked off of the show. So
wait, I have no idea. Like, I wasn't paying attention to what's being modded. I'll have to go back and watch.
Yeah, I know you weren't, because you don't have any moderators.
Wait, hold on a second. After I was kicked off the show, we stopped. We weren't streaming very much on Twitch after I was kicked off the show.
Yeah, and 5 of the 11 timeouts happened after the fucking.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
So can I just get for me, and I imagine probably a lot of the audience, what is the point of bringing this up from your position, Sondsol? Is this that way you can inform people of why you removed her from the panel, or what is the purpose here?
Okay, so the reason that I removed her from the panel was because there was a bunch of like hate going on in all the panels. I didn't want the other contestant exposed to that shit. I thought that was really fucked up. I informed Brittany because, I mean, they're groypers. They're coming from her chat, right? I informed Brittany. I mean, the overlap of the usernames that were banned from my chat.
Okay, because they were coming to they were raiding my chat too, Sondsol. They were raiding me as well as everybody else.
And the hate was going on in your chat too. And I don't want my oh my God, holy shit. Ahrelevant asked me a question.
All right, fine, go ahead.
All right. So I don't want my brand new show that I just started with some other people that isn't supposed to be just like a totally political show. It's supposed to be a little mix of everything, you know? I don't want that to be associated with me allowing people to come on to the show that are going to bring like, like crazy groyper, like threat people, right? I don't want that to be the reputation of my new show. And so like, after I warned her, we had already resigned ourselves to the fact that, you know what, we didn't explicitly say that the having outside help with the votes was against the rules. We didn't really plan for that. We're just going to have to let her win, right? We've already leaked those DMs where me and the producer were saying that. So
your producer was the one who was talking about you were looking for the out.
I asked him, what should I do?
Yeah, because you wanted me out.
That's what, okay, so again, she just thinks that I want to bully her. She thinks that this was like a pre-planned thing.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you think, Brittany, do you think it's justified for him to have wanted you off the show as a result of the brigade that your chat was incurring and the kind of vibes that were coming from your chat room?
No, because you know what I think happened? I think he thought that this was my chat. He thought that this was all coming from my chat. He didn't realize that I had nothing to do with it, and this would have happened regardless because this was Dalton looking for Stardust, that he found her before he even knew I was there. So this was going to happen regardless. He didn't realize that. And even after he's now aware of that, because he did this, and he still won't admit that he shouldn't have kicked me off for it. That's all I'm saying. I shouldn't have been kicked off for this because I wasn't something that was caused by me.
So
and
there's no prize.
So hold on.
Sondsol, it's not the point. Sondsol, it's not the fucking point. You know that I'm really, really against. I don't like being silenced. I don't like being muted. I don't like being banned from chats. How do you think I'm going to handle you kicking me off the show?
Brittany, you know, for all the times that you don't like being silenced, you really love playing the victim on all of this. You really like bringing
Stop playing the victim when I'm getting upset about something you've done to me.
Brittany,
that's not playing the victim. That's reacting to something that you've done.
Brittany, earlier you stated that it was you were amicable towards the, and now I really want to hear if you think this is an incorrect interpretation of what had previously occurred. That it was amicable for us to agree that it was a mistake that you didn't have the proper moderation to avoid some of the comments that, for instance, and that was a mistake. And that's an honest mistake that you had, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If that is an honest mistake that you had, how is it unfair, given seeing that situation go down, that Sondsol might remove you from the panel? How's that unfair?
Wait, I don't understand how.
Okay, so you recognize that there was an issue, a problem. That's why you're calling it a mistake, correct? Right, there was a problem that occurred.
All of our chats were getting raided. All of our chats were getting raided. But the thing that was happening in my chat we weren't getting mass spammed with all this stuff. It would just
I'll be totally fair to you, Brittany.
Slip through. Okay.
I'll be totally fair to you, Brittany. I know exactly where you're coming from because this is the exact same thing that you say every time. And it's a fair feeling to have, right? But this is why I've tried to tell you this a million times, right? It's not so if you have things going on in your chat, that's a reflection of the community that you're building, right? For you to pretend like you're not cool with the groypers is really weird. I understand that you weren't directly saying that you wanted to Stardust. You weren't calling her Curry and all of this other crazy shit, right? But that was going on in your chat, right? Even if you're not directly saying it, if it is going on in your chat, you have to understand that it is by extension part of your platform, right? Which is why I've tried to explain this to you. So I understand why you feel upset that, well, I didn't say all these things. Well, I can't control what other people do, but you can. You absolutely can by fostering a community. Hold on, I'm almost done. Fine. Sorry, I'm walking around. I'm trying to paint my house right now. So, you foster a community, right, by allowing people in your chat that don't say they want to Stardust, right? If they don't say that, they can stay. But if they do say that kind of stuff, those are the kind of people that you don't want to foster in your community, because they make everyone hate you because they think that you're tacitly endorsing that.
Okay, but again, the kind of community I want is really like no moderating whatsoever.
So you want people in your chat that say they want to Stardust?
No. What I'm saying is, on Twitch, I know that that's not even remotely possible. So I will, not by choice, have to freaking make sure that Twitch chat is moderated. That's why I said, hey, go to Odyssey if you guys want to be edgy. I don't really care what people say over in Odyssey, as long as it's not something illegal. But thing is illegal, so I do have a problem with that. Yes.
Okay, so then if you agree with what you just said, you don't have a problem with a lot of, then this is just what I was talking about previously. The kind of conduct that you're okay with inside of your chat rooms is different than the things that, like, for instance, some of other people might be okay with. And that difference can manifest in a way where Sondsol can be reasonable for not wanting that on his panels.
And I think because I think he thought that this was stemming from me, which it wasn't, and that's why I'm saying, when I tried telling him when he was during the show, like, I didn't invite this, I didn't do anything, and maybe because he just didn't believe me or something, he still thought it was me, and he kicked me off.
Can I ask you what is the effective difference between, like, you letting it happen, like, knowingly or unknowingly? What is the difference between that?
Because, again, Sondsol, this was going to happen no matter what. This was going to happen.
No, but again, like, I understand that. You keep on saying this. You keep on saying this, that it's going to happen either way. But again, I didn't let it happen in my chat. I modded two people while I was, hold on. I was moderating a 10-person panel. I had people destroying my Discord with Pepe the Frog, or no, the Groiper, whatever the name that is his name, Groiper, whatever the weird Groiper frog is. Okay, they were like spamming that and a whole bunch of other shit. Okay, they were also spamming my DM. They were also spamming my chat, and yet I somehow still had the wherewithal to mod CTV, mod two more people that were in my chat, and ban people in my Discord, and block people from DMing me. I was able to do all of that while moderating a panel so that shit didn't go down. You were not able to do any of that.
Okay, Sondsol, I think there's also a little bit of a difference in moderating panels.
Cognitive ability,
being engaged. Oh, please,
come on.
But being having to be engaged in the panel and actually contribute to a panel. Also, for the millionth time, and I feel like we're going in circles, and you're just maybe not, like, you're purposely, like, not hearing me, or it's not retaining.
I know exactly what your position is.
But I know, I'm saying that once I was made aware of this, and I really hope I don't have to repeat this for the, like,
you told your chat in your microphone to stop it and go to Odyssey. Yes. But again, you realize that actions speak louder than words. I've said this a million times. If you don't end up banning anybody afterwards.
Sondsol, I wasn't done talking.
Explain, yeah.
So I said to stop it, and one of my mods straight said, don't worry, we got this. After that, I'm expecting the mods to handle it. So, and I'm almost positive, I can't be 100% sure because I have to go through and actually see that maybe if one slipped through the cracks or not, but I will be going back from that point on when I said that to my chat, to see if anything, as far as or any of those types of things came through. And I'm almost positive, I will give like 90% sure that nothing did. And so I just don't think it's fair that, like, once I was made aware of it, and from that point on, I was making sure that they were going to handle it from that point on. What happened before I knew, I can't do anything about that because I didn't know.
So all of these things that you've just said are not necessary. This is good information to have now, but it's not necessary to understand or to deal with the problem that we're actually talking about, which is in the moment. In the moment, I still believe, given all of this, it's fair. seeing that you're directing.
I got
all
like
of
5 more minutes. Sorry too, but I got it like 5
okay.
minutes. And
I can wrap it up. You said specifically that you have a different moderation style than most other people. You want minimal moderation, and that you directed these people back to Odyssey and stuff like that. I think it is fair for Sondsol to look at the conduct of the people inside of your chat and around you, and be able to remove you from the panel, even whether or not, regardless even of whether or not you were the original source of the harassment yourself.
I don't.
Okay, why?
Because I wasn't doing.
Because she didn't do anything. That's the thing.
All of our chats are getting rated and stuff. The only thing I got out of this was they were helping me in the polls, and I think that they didn't like that. They didn't like the fact that these people were coming around and then they were helping me in the polls, and so he kicked me to remove that aspect of it.
Do you understand that? Do you understand that if your Odyssey chat is allowed to run free, and you understand and you know that there is somebody watching your stream that is actively like fueling that fire, that could then spill over into other people's chats?
But they weren't watching. This didn't come from me.
No, it didn't come from you, but you knew that you were a middleman for that issue, that there was a separate entity that was using your stream as a jumping off point or a springboard for making pretty stupid
Not only were they using you as a springboard, Brittany, but you were actively playing into it, which you admitted last night. Because not only were they coming to your chat because Dalton was watching you in Stardust, you were talking to them, and you changed your clothes for them to keep on voting for you and keep them in your chat. You admitted that last night. You were interacting with them. It's not like you're completely hold on, wait, Brittany. You actively contributed to them staying in your chat. You actively contributed to these like fucking hateful, fucking horrible, gross fucking people, like continuing to do the things that they were doing. You were playing into it. You've already admitted this. So I don't know why you keep on saying that you had nothing to do with it.
So, okay, again, when I didn't know until you messaged me, I didn't know those things were coming through. Not every single groiper that was in our chat was saying those kinds of things. That's not what was happening. A few of them were saying some fucked up things, but that doesn't mean every single groiper was sitting there saying
I'm not saying
to do those things. But like, again, you are kind of, because you're acting like this is somehow like, no, you're acting like this is somehow like my fault that this stuff happened.
No, Brittany, what I'm saying, Brittany. No, I understand what you're saying.
Your chats were probably
what I'm saying is that you're trying to completely separate. You're simultaneously trying to completely separate yourself from all of their actions, right? While also like interacting with them and playing into the things that they're doing, whether it's the fucking weird spam or whether it's the fucking other shit that's going on. Yeah, you were contributing to that. So don't try to completely separate yourself from these people that came into your chat because you enjoyed their presence there.
Yeah, see, I have fun with the groipers. I don't care that they're spamming. I know they're having fun. They're having fun spamming in the chat. I'm like, go ahead, like have some fun. But I didn't know about the stuff until you told me. I don't support that. And if I knew about that, I would have handled that. But I didn't know about that at the time. So I just figured they're spamming show feet.
I've looked at those logs. The show feet stuff was not enough for you to not see all the rest of the racial stuff.
Sondsol, wait, I got to say this really quick. When people are sending you and I said this before, but when people are sending you paragraphs of the same thing, so you're getting like massive paragraphs of the same thing over and over and over again, and then all of a sudden you have like one little sentence, that is something that will slip through the cracks that you can't see if the chat's going fast, because most of it you're just seeing these paragraphs.
No, I understand that, but okay, listen, RTBA has like put the entire fucking chat from that night, from your Twitch chat, out there into the ether, all right? You can look at those things, and no reasonable person would think that the chat was moving so fast. No one would look at those.
They need to watch my VOD, and you know what? I'm going to put that in the chat.
Yeah, sorry, I keep on interrupting Ahrelevant. Go ahead.
So the reason I want to speak about this is this doesn't matter. What matters is whether or not Sondsol is reasonable for having believed it and in the moment that you could have seen, that you saw it, and that you could have done something about it. Do you believe it is reasonable looking at the logs and who is doing that?
Apologies, sorry.
It's whether or not Sondsol was reasonable for believing that you could have seen it and that you could have done something about it and didn't want you to continue on the panel without. That's what really matters. It's not whether or not you actually did, because truly nobody can know whether or not you did besides yourself, even though we can absolutely infer. And to be fair, I feel very much like in the context of the, maybe not that clip specifically, that's where you covering it, but in the clip at least that was linked to me of your Odyssey stream, it was quite apparent there was like paragraphs of racist shit, like blocks, big spam blocks of racist shit. Right, and so you can say that, and that's fine. I'm not super concerned with saying that you're wrong about that. What I'm saying, though, is do you think that Sondsol is reasonable for having believed that you did see it and that you did in the moment to the point where in which he wanted to stop it?
Yeah, and if that is what he thought, if he thought I was behind it, then okay, maybe he would have a reason to do that.
Wait, Brittany, no, that's not what he asked.
Even after the fact that I've said I didn't, like knowing that after the fact.
No, Brittany, I understand, but that's not what he asked. He was asking not if you were behind it, but
I know that, like, if you thought I was behind it, basically.
But if there, no, not if you were behind it, but if like it was reasonable for me to think that you could have done something about it.
Yeah. That's it. Not even necessarily that you were malicious, but I mean, it doesn't matter. If you agree that it could have been reasonable, that he could have thought that you were behind it at the time, we can run with that as well. If you think that it's reasonable for him to have thought that at the time, then you can understand that it could have been reasonable for him to have banned you or removed you from...
if that was the case. But what I'm saying now is that I wasn't, and I showed proof that I wasn't, and I tried to tell him that I wasn't, and even still, after the fact, it's like he still cannot admit that he was wrong for freaking doing.
So,
still cannot
wait, you're saying that I wouldn't...
Please,
yeah, sorry,
because with this being the case then, right, if it was all reasonable from your purview that these things could have happened, wouldn't it have been better to not incentivize somebody to continually to go into Sondsol's Discord, but instead go, given what just went down inside of my chat room and like this, it's actually reasonable he could have come up with this, and maybe it was all just an honest mistake?
No, you're not thinking like that in the heat of the moment. That's just not real.
Hold on.
Okay,
wait,
hold on.
Brittany.
Like 2 minutes.
How can you simultaneously say that it is a reasonable thing for me to think that in the moment, but then say that I need to admit that I was wrong afterwards?
Because now that you know that I didn't do it, you should be at least apologizing for kicking me off, because I wasn't guilty of anything.
Okay, so this is like the total libertarian free will. You are only responsible for your actions, and anything that anyone does around you is never ever going to be your fault. And this is where me and you, we're never going to get past this, because you don't think that you have any responsibility for your chat. You don't think that you have any responsibility for what other. Hold on, Brittany, I'm almost done.
I know, but I got like 2 minutes, and I got to get out of here.
It's just unbelievable how many times I've tried to explain this to you on and off stream, that there is a responsibility that you have to foster your image online, to foster your platform's image online, and you will not change. And you act like a victim every time. Go ahead.
So I'm going to step in pretty hard here, all right, with this. I need to get this through. If you believe, so you said, when I was talking about you believing that it was reasonable for Sondsol to come to that interpretation, you said, it wasn't that it was unfair for me to state that you should have taken a moment and been like, this could have been an honest mistake. And instead you said that, no, it was the heat of the moment. I shouldn't expect that. I think it is fair to expect that of people, because there are moments in which people have that are incredibly heated, more heated than this, especially more heated. You just got, banned from a panel and removed from a Discord and blocked. There are things that are way more heated than this situation that people handle in a better way. I think expecting that you can handle this and recognize it as possibly being an honest mistake before doing what you did is perfectly fine. And I think
there's a pattern, Ahrelevant. There's a pattern of him doing things like this to me. It's not just a one-off thing. So I don't, you're expecting me to give him way too much wiggle room when he never offers that to me.
Even if the problem is, even without wiggle room, I would expect somebody not do this. And if that's the standard that you want to set, it's like, if somebody is like consistently mean or consistently degrading or consistently even defaming you, right? And then you can like send people or incentivize people to go through into their Discord and brigade them, then we just have different standards of what we consider to be good etiquette for this, for something that could have been an honest mistake, something that you recognize could have been an honest mistake. From everything that you've said in this moment, you could have reasonably come to the conclusion that it was an honest mistake, but you said it, and you incentivize somebody to go through into this person's Discord. I feel like we should just hold ourselves to a higher standard.
Yeah, well, then how come I'm not? But how come I'm not awarded that? How come I'm not awarded that it was an honest mistake, that things like this were happening in our chat? I didn't know about it.
Brittany, that doesn't matter.
Just to be clear, I am.
It's always about Brittany, because she's the one who's causing all these problems, and anything that happens is just.
You have the tools at your disposal to.
I didn't know that this was going to happen. I didn't know we were going to get spammed. I wasn't expecting that. Sondsol. I wasn't expecting for that to happen. I wasn't prepared. I don't go on Twitch very much, so I didn't have the tools ready for it. I will next time.
Okay, so Brittany, I would say I have been amicable to your argument that it was an honest mistake. I've been amicable to your argument that, like, you want to run your chat a lot more, like, liberally in regards to the language that can be used, a lot more liberally than other people. I've been amicable to that. That's fine if we have different purviews on how the language in our communities should be able to be conducted, but you understand reasonably, if I go into your chat room and they're spamming a bunch of racist in Odyssey and like that, I might not want to have you on my panel. I might kick you from my panel. And if I kick you from my panel as a result of some of the things that you've already understand are a natural consequence of unfettered free speech, then why would you go through and then like brigade my Discord as a result of that?
Can I tell you something? That maybe these kinds of things wouldn't be happening so much if people weren't being pushed off these entire platforms. If people were being able to have a voice, they wouldn't feel the need to kind of go and do these things. They're not able to have a space over here. They're not able to have these conversations because they're just pushed off into
it's all big tech's fault.
And also that's for that Dutter. Hold on, shut up, because I gotta leave after this. For that Dutter saying just stream your Nazi daycare streams on Odyssey. We are doing our show is on Odyssey. We're not doing our show on Twitch. I'm doing my own content on Twitch, not.
And that's why I invited you. That's why I invited you. You have to understand. You keep on saying that I have this pattern of trying to like with you and trying to like ruin your fucking life. And you say that I give you no leeway. Why would I give you so many fucking chances? Why would I invite you in the first place?
Content too, Sondsol.
Yes, of course I want content, but I don't. But I still think that like the leeway, I'm a very permissive person when it comes to language, right? Like I let people say shit in my chat that people in other people, like in other chats, probably wouldn't be allowed to say, right? In my Discord, it's the same way. I like edgy jokes. I like shit like that. Man. But there has to be a line at a certain point that like you have to lay down the fucking law. You know,
right. You guys, I really got to go.
Okay.
I've stayed a lot longer. Thanks for having me on Ahrelevant. Yeah. We should chat again sometime.
Yep, for sure. You have a good one. Yep. Bye. Okay.
Yeah. You got anything for me, buddy? You got any questions?
Yeah. So I'm curious then, from your perspective, how do you think that you did anything wrong in this situation?
Let me think. I think that. I think that maybe the only thing that I can think of off the top of my head, and I'm willing to hear from a reasonable person things that I might have done wrong. I think the only thing that I did wrong was not kick her off sooner, honestly, because I have to tell you, at least 12 people sending me screen caps from her chat of not only like chatters but also mods saying horrible fucking shit about Stardust, right? Like, I didn't know where the Groypers were coming from. I didn't know anything about this fucking Dalton person until like after the shit had already happened, right? Like mid-panel, people were talking about it, but yeah.
So what is what you're saying then, that you believe that a lot of the, so you have, I'm assuming you have the photos showing the mod team or something?
Yes. I posted them on Twitter too. I think Internet Gas is in chat. I can't open it up because I'm on mobile right now, but if Internet Gas can find the screen caps from my Twitter, that would be awesome.
Okay. So if that did happen, and you're saying that went into your decision and that you probably should have made the decision sooner. That went into your decision about removing her from the panel. Then
yeah, I was already, we had already and the screen caps of this were also put out there. Me and the guy that I'm producing it with, like people that were used to be on the Raj Royale. I was asking them like, hey, should I do anything about this? Like, we didn't really like tell them that they couldn't do this. So like, what's y'all's call? Should I kick her for the vote stuff? And they said, no, you know what? We'll just like say that next time. At this point, just say, you know, congratulations, you won. You fucked up the votes. Thanks for fucking up the first Sondsol. But it wasn't until like, 15 minutes after we had resigned ourselves to that we started seeing how much was going on,
Wait, so had you seen that before, Sondsol? The clip that really showed
of them saying that they were going to brigade me.
And then
Yeah.
So like, I don't really know what's up for. Like, I mean, I understand that Brittany doesn't have the processing power to realize that what happened was against TOS. I just
she doesn't understand what brigading is. I tried to explain it to her last night like 3 different times. She genuinely cannot understand the concept of what brigading is. So
so much energy into like trying to help her too, and yet you apparently did so much. Is she gonna be your Anna?
Oh Jesus Christ! I sincerely hope not.
Oh no!
Listen, this is one problem that I know that I have as a streamer is I can't just like, it's hard for me to just say F this person forever, right? I find it hard to be mean for long periods of time, right? Or to just like write people off, right? So like I'll say like, this, and then a couple of months will go by and I'll be like, okay, we'll like ease this back in, right? Like very, very slowly. And maybe we can have like, an arm's distance professional relationship, right? And then she just like loses her fucking shit again, right? And it's after every time we have an interaction, it's like, hey, like the first time was, hey, your Discord is full of people like posting pictures of the Holocaust and saying base. You need to fucking stop that shit, or this entire Discord is going to get taken down, right? Here are some like very simple things that you can do to make that not happen. She didn't do it. Her Discord got clapped. I did the same thing. I told her about her YouTube. If you don't do this, your YouTube is going to get clapped. Okay. And then her YouTube got clapped.
So, the only things that I really care about in regards to this situation then is I just want to, I really wish Brittany had just a little bit more time. Maybe it would take a little bit more time. Maybe it's going to be a conversation for another time. Maybe we're never going to talk about this again. But I just wanted to hear the back and forth in regards to the mod, because if what you're claiming that your thought process was,
the mod that said the bad thing. Oh, she says that guy was made a mod as a joke because he's a big Groiper streamer.
Okay, so
a joke.
Yeah, the one mod that I know of in her chat. Yeah.
So I mean, none of that really is relevant. What I'm not to say that at you, but what I'm trying to say is like, it's just none of that is relevant to the real thing that needs to be discussed, which is whether or not it's reasonable for you to have kicked her on the belief that there was harassment coming from her chat room. That's what really matters.
You can have that conversation with her. Listen, I had it with her last night. All of the people in her politically provoked like little Discord thing that I jumped into, they were trying to like play both sides of it because they realized that her position is indefensible. She would agree with every single thing leading up to it except for her being at fault, right? If there's any implication that she has done anything wrong, she immediately shuts down and runs all the way back to the beginning. Well, I don't know what to do with someone like that. That is like psycho shit, okay? You can agree with literally everything, but then the second that, it's implied that you've done something that might not be super cool, like you shut down, I don't know. We've had that conversation like 5 times last night.
So, I mean, I felt like with her, I was getting somewhere in regards to her response to the
12-hour Twitter meltdown. Yeah.
No, not even. I didn't even know that happened. But no, the immediate response of saying that they were
brigading. Yeah.
Yeah, and so yeah, that was something that I really wanted to get further into, because I think that is the main that I give a fuck about, at least at the moment. Maybe the tweets are something else I should give a fuck about, but like
they're more funny than anything.
Sure. So that it's just about how you can handle appropriately what your response is in having something like this happen to you, because I could see from both parties, your party and her party, on feeling wronged, right? Like there was a misunderstanding, right? So from her position, she felt like she was being brigaded by somebody that was also brigading Stardust, who was throwing up a bunch of groypers inside of her chat room. She felt like she couldn't properly moderate everything, and that people are being razor precise with everything that slips through. She tried to, by her accounting, to moderate some things, and that she got a thumbs up from her moderation team that things were handled and stuff like that. And that you then banned her when she was trying to get it under control, and she feels that's unfair. I understand it from your perspective, right? Which is that this person is, not banning their their mods are in on it. There's a bunch of people inside of their chat in on it. It's spilling over into the other people's chat rooms, right, and stuff like that. And especially after the removal of her from the panel, having to lock down your own Discord and feeling like, like this is clearly coming from her and being incited by her and stuff like that. I understand,
and I understand from her. I understand her point of view too. It's just like I don't know how to like bridge the gap between those things, because her point of view is so unbelievably unreasonable that even Mio the Nazi was having a difficult time explaining to her like where I was coming from. So like I would love to be like super charitable to her. I just don't know what to fucking do at this point.
So, I mean, I don't feel like anything that I've said right there is super charitable in regards to understanding her perspective. No,
it's just reasonable. It's what her perspective is.
Sure. But my given position on the moderation of the thing is I'm inclined to agree with you. Looking at the logs and like this and stuff, I hope you don't feel like I'm fucking just saying this now that you're out of the chat room, Brittany. I did say it in front of you. Granted, it was only like twice, but I'll say it with you if you want to have a conversation again. But I do agree with you on the position that it seems as though there was, and this is why I asked you at the beginning as well, Brittany, doesn't matter to you, is that it seems like it was clearly visible. When I was watching the clip linked where it showed the bulk of the comments being said and like that, it was walls of text that were racist. Like it was 20 lines of a single message, and every line was racist. It was impossible to mix. The spam was racist. Now, it wasn't in between the spam. It was the spam itself was racist. So I don't understand how you could have missed that reasonably. But
even not even just her or any of the mods. That's why I keep on telling. Yes. I keep on trying to tell her, like, I understand like not being able to like have like a razor eagle eye view on your chat. Like that would be an unreasonable standard to hold her to, right? But that's why I said I wasn't able to do that to my chat. And I only had 1 or 2 active mods that were awake at that time. So I added 3 more right then.
Hold on, just one real quick sec. I got to get this off. But this is why I asked her about her position about moderation in general, because I don't think that actually matters really that much. Because if she's okay with this kind of etiquette, or pretty severe etiquette, she said pretty much everything besides like talking about the stuff. Like if she's okay with all of this shit, on her Odyssey stuff, it defeats the purpose of caring about that anyway. Because who cares if they said some racist shit if she's okay with having it in her Odyssey thing? So that's not really an issue for me in regards to like whether or not she let that through and let that slip through, because she's the whole point would be to be morally against it, right? Would be the whole meme, but she's not, and that's a difference of opinion on that. So I don't think that's super relevant for that. It's just kind of something that's there.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Anyway, Aiko?
I guess I feel like we keep mixing in like what she shouldn't be doing as if she wasn't completely into all of this, right? Into the Groiper thing. So I think what you said makes sense, really, like about, her standards are different. So yeah, making arguments as to why she should not do things because of, having any sense of humanity, empathy probably won't really work. It is pretty disturbing to me, actually, how just one sec.
That's why I tried to tell her, like, I don't try to separate yourself completely from like the Groiper stuff, because you're friends with the Groipers, right? It's not like
she was unrepentant in
like
that
it wasn't like a Shakachu thing where like, oh no, the Groipers are here. What am I gonna do? Oh no, Dalton, right? It was more like, oh look, hey guys, how's it going? Do y'all want to help me win this thing? Here's the poll to help me win. What's that?
Wait,
you want me to change clothes for you so that you'll vote for me? Yeah.
So
yeah,
I gotta know what the at some point I gotta know what the clothes bit is, but not right now. I just gotta respond.
Oh, it was literally they wanted her to cover up. They wanted her to cover up because they're all a bunch of vol cells. So they told her to put on a turtleneck. And she put on a turtleneck for him.
Listen, don't disrespect the title of vol cell. Don't ever fucking do that in my presence ever again, you slimy okay? Volso gang.
Listen, I'm all for her. Listen, I'm all for her covering up, all right?
Wait,
Sondsol, when did you get here today?
Sorry, I'm being mean.
Yeah, okay, come on, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm being stupid. What was it, Aiko?
Were you here earlier on, or did you just get here like soon before you joined?
Oh, I didn't hear anything that was being said in the call before I got here. No.
Oh, because she was like, "Why would I give a fuck about what happens to Sondsol after what he did to me?" Yeah, if you go back and watch it, it's continuously.
Yeah, she thinks I'm like literally Bowser. I'm fucking like Lucifer. I'm literally like living in her fucking walls, whispering to her like dark secrets in the middle of the night. Like I'm like the worst fucking person on this platform. So even though I've like literally helped her build her brand into Twitch because I like arguing with Nazis.
Oh God. That doesn't sound good.
That's the main disagreement I was trying to oh no, down bad. That was the main disagreement I was trying to get into, is just essentially how to handle it, because I feel like that's more or less what the main problem was. If it was just she got banned because she has a different moderation style and she was trying and it was an honest try. Let's assume it from her position. It was an honest try and it didn't work out. You banned her, and you thought, even if you thought that it was a greater scope of an issue than what it was, but it sounds like what you banned her for was what was going on in her chat. Right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case,
I didn't even want to ban her from my Discord. She just wouldn't stop jumping back into the call, so I was trying to do it quickly so I could move on in the show.
Sure. So if with that being the case, then you banning her from this is potentially pretty reasonable. I would say it's reasonable from my perspective, but if we're doing this charity stuff,
and I'm willing to hear any criticisms that are reasonable, right? Like what else I could have done or could do in the future, right? Like I was like playing this by ear, right? Okay, this is the first panel show I ever ran. So
with that being the case, then I feel like the main problem then is how it was handled after that point. If it wasn't, if Brittany hadn't incentivized or pushed people, egged people on to join your Discord and spam your streams and like that, I feel like that would have been so much better, and honestly, it would have been not that big of a deal, and things would have been far more amicable. I think things would have been
1,000,000%.
Right. And so that's my main point of issue, is how we handle people, potentially from their perspective, your perspective, being an asshole to you or a piece of shit to you, right? And I think that's the That's the problem, honestly. But
yeah, I mean, like, listen, if there were like no clips of her saying that she wanted to like give my Discord info to like crazy fucking groypers on Cozy TV or whatever, right?
Yeah.
If she didn't have that fucking 12-hour melt, well, to be fair, I kind of contributed to her meltdown. I wanted to be a little bit mean after she was going to fucking brigade my Discord. So I'll fucking, you know what? I'll own up to that. I was a little mean on Twitter, but I'm not going to fucking apologize for it because, you know what? If you're going to go around and say that I'm just kicking you off because you are winning and that I'm just like a big meanie head that wants to dox people and wants to fuck with people's livelihood and shit all the time, you know what? Fuck you. Like, I'll fucking say mean shit about you on Twitter.
Do you think it's so then if you feel like you being mean to her on Twitter is reasonable given her response of her saying that in your mind something unreasonable in regards to that, then don't you think it could be fair from her end that she would feel justified in not saying sorry or apologizing for the mistake that she made?
Oh, I don't care about her apologizing, right? I just don't want her to fucking do it again.
So
do
you feel like then that she can feel like it's justified because you're like not giving her the charity of saying you're sorry about something that you fucked up on, that she doesn't have to say she's sorry for
Wait,
that fuck up?
The only the only reason that I was mean on Twitter was because she was going to fucking like brigade the fuck out of my Discord. I would never just like open up with the yeah. I was being like, I saw those clips like on stream immediately, or no, not on stream. Like I ended the stream right after the Royale thing, but yeah, I saw that immediately afterwards, and then it was like not until that night that I saw her fucking coping and seething and posting the fucking pie charts of the fucking votes on Twitter saying Sondsol just didn't want me to win because he doesn't like the far right or whatever. It's like, you think you're so much more important than you are. I do not give a if you won fairly or unfairly. That doesn't fucking matter to me. Again, all that fucking matters to me, like if there's no rules being broken, right? I didn't tell her explicitly that she couldn't do that thing. That's fine. I only cared about the fact that I had someone on my panel that had targeted harassment coming at her because of the lack of moderation. At least at that time, it seemed like it was coming directly from her. The lack of moderation from Brittany's chat, right?
So would you,
the lack of like telling them to stop, et cetera, et cetera. I even gave her a warning in DMs like 20 minutes before with a screen cap saying, hey, they're saying racist and rapey shit towards Stardust. Gave her the screen cap of who they were. Those people were not banned.
Wait, does everyone know that it doesn't matter, like with TOS, it doesn't matter where the harassment takes place if you're
it's on or off platform, I know.
Yeah. I feel like you're being very, very kind and charitable considering like what I saw in that clip was just like, what the is like, she was like, okay, I'll get off Twitch so that way I can like watch because I can't wait to see this happen.
Yeah, no, she when she knows that she wants to be like have people on that are going to say like racial slurs and stuff, she just leaves Twitch, right? I don't care about people reporting her. I would say don't do that because I don't fucking care about that. That's not what my fucking goal is. I just want her to fucking like chill the fuck out. Every single time she gets into a fight with me, she says I'm this far left fucking like Antifa super soldier that's doxing people and fucking like reporting people and getting people's shit taken down when I've actively done the opposite of that since I've started my stream. I don't think I've ever sent a report to anybody ever.
So are you still open to like being like chill? I know she was like a little shaken.
No.
She was a little shaken when you said that that you weren't friends or something. Like what was
there
it
are
yesterday?
there are very few people that I will like openly say are my friends on Twitch because I don't trust these motherfuckers to not say some crazy shit eventually, right? I would never consider Brittany my like friend. She was an acquaintance, right? Maybe we were like chilling DMs a couple of times, but it's not like we were like sitting there palling around off stream and just like hanging out and shooting the shit. I don't know a goddamn thing about her. She's not my friend.
Oh yeah, I didn't think she was. I just thought it was funny, like how she reacted when you said that.
Yeah.
That's it. But yeah, I think I don't know. Maybe it's good that you take more of the blow versus Stardust. I don't know. That could serve a
Oh no,
utility.
I would rather people come after me and be angry at me rather than be angry at Stardust. Stardust did literally fucking nothing wrong. She's super fucking chill. She was an amazing fucking panelist, right? If anyone wants to get mad about this, come after me because I'm the one that fucking kicked. Stardust didn't ask me to. I don't think I said anything to Stardust during the fucking Sondsol that had anything to do like, do you want me to kick her and get her off? No, Stardust would never fucking do that. I made that fucking call with my fucking producers because I didn't like the way that they were fucking talking about it. All right? If the fucking Groypers want to fucking be angry, come after me. I don't give a fuck. Okay? You guys can spam my fucking Twitter mentions with fucking Groyper for another 200 comments. I do not give a fuck.
Nice.
Okay.
I mean, not nice for them to do that, but I like your approach right now.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Good luck with Brittany not becoming your Anna.
Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, I'll fucking listen. Anyone that I've ever had fucking fights with, I'll fucking do content with in the fucking future, right? I don't care about like the I'm sorry stuff, especially if they're going to try and come at me and say I'm sorry publicly. Don't give a fuck about that, right? Just stop doing the bad thing and like I'm chill, right? I'm honestly not even that mad about like the whole situation. She's ultra mad about it. I'm just I'm just like here saying I didn't kick you because you were winning. You're not that special. Don't have threats in your chat. That's all I ask.
God. Yeah, standards. I mean, you know, I mean, I feel a little bad for her that she'll never have the life she wants.
I feel bad for her because it seems like she can't. She genuinely can't. Yeah, she can't understand. I've tried. Like she gave me permission to release this, and maybe I will. I'll have to listen back to it. But there was one night where she was like super upsetting spaghetti because people were saying mean things in my chat to her. Right, Samantha Banana was being really mean to her. I was being really mean to her. And I could tell that she was really upset. So I called her off stream afterwards. I raided out immediately. I ended stream. I called her on Discord. I recorded that in case she wanted to pull some snake shit, right? She was sobbing because she didn't understand why people didn't like her so much, right? And I explained to her, it's not that your personality is so fucking objectionable outside of like the constant victim narrative that you put out. It's the fact that you will not take any advice about the community building that you have, right? Like, I don't give a fuck if you have Nazis and fucking Groypers in your chat. I can't fucking stop you from doing that, right? But what you can do to make it to where not everyone thinks that you're like literally like turbo Nazi bitch, like Thrike type going on Twitch and bringing that all over the place. All you have to do is have some mods in your chat that are going to ban people for saying racist shit, or just time them out for like, you know, more than 1 or 2 seconds to delete the comments, right? Just ban or time people out for saying racist shit, for saying shit, anything like that, and you'll have a better reputation than you do now. I've tried to explain it to her while she's sobbing, while we're on stream, while we're off stream. She cannot get it through her head. I don't know what else anyone can do for her.
Or can she just continue?
I'm gonna be honest.
I don't, you know.
Yeah, I don't really know too much about any of this. I just wanted to primarily discuss the other.
Oh yeah. Is there anything else that you want to ask me about?
Not really. I think that there was headway that could have been made if the conversation was a bit longer. So maybe we'll talk again about it.
Yeah, I'll let you like handle that because I think that she really does not like me right now. So it won't be productive if I'm there.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I just Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm pulling some beta shit or whatever, and my strategy has already been tried in trying to talk to her and stuff like that, and I'm just one of those people who just am sticking their head in a place where it doesn't belong, and like it's been tried a billion times or some shit. But I felt like there was headway being made, and there was stuff that could have, you know, been. I feel like there was stuff that could have been said. But
listen, well, you're smarter than me. You could probably do it. I just can't. All right. I'm neither smart enough nor like patient enough to deal with it anymore. Right. If I'm on a panel with her again, right, if she wants to argue with me about something again, I'm more than happy to. But I'm not going to fucking sit there and like try and walk her through like very basic steps on like forming an identity online that doesn't have like lead to everyone hating you, you know?
Yeah, I feel like she's being infantilized, like hardcore, and I think that anyone
well,
who
that's because
does
she has
want
the
to,
brain capacity of an infant. Yes.
I mean, she does in some respects, but it's not like she doesn't know what she's doing. It's just that she doesn't care, right?
Yeah.
She's like, I don't care what happens to whoever, but I want to be clear that I think that, you know, if you think it's whoever thinks it's worth trying to talk to her, go for it. Also, everyone else has, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's my
yeah.
issue. There's been a lot of people who've done this, so I imagine I'm probably not going to bring any kind of, you know, magical solution to this kind of a situation. So I mean, it just
why not? Yeah, I mean, you have your own way, and I think that would be interesting nonetheless. And
sure.
you know, I just don't. Yeah, I mean, she is what she is. I guess. Yeah, it's hard not to feel bad for her. Really.
Yeah, I think that might be why I kept on trying to help, because it feels like she, on one hand, doesn't want everyone to fucking hate her, right? And I empathize with that hardcore. Like that if you feel like everyone in the world fucking hates you, and you're trying to do things so that you're, you know, well liked, and just nothing's working, and
yeah, it sucks when you have no soul and like just no one.
Okay.
There's nothing you can do because you're so vacant and empty inside and devoid of creativity or ability to love.
Yeah.
You know, I think no, I'm serious. I mean, I'm completely serious.
I'm gonna be honest, okay? I just want to play some Lost Ark. I want to play some Lost Ark.
No. You go have fun.
Okay. All right. Listen. I just I don't want to it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'll hang up right after I ask this question. What are the new fucking races that are added in Warhammer 3? All right. I only played the fucking first one. All right. I was a tabletop dude. All right.
Hey, listen, power to that. Honestly, Total War Warhammer 3, the races that come with it are not too great. They don't have very many units. I'm very disappointed by the unit selection, but the races are Tzeentch, so it's the Chaos God. So you got Tzeentch, Nurgle, Khorne, and Slaanesh, the people with them, and then you got Cathay, Kislev, and I think that's
Kislev is cool.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's like those are the Ogre Kingdoms if you pre-order it. I think there might have been one other thing, but I don't remember the other one. But yeah, it's
yeah, have fun. I'll peace out. My brain. I don't know. You're speaking another language. Enjoy. I hope you have fun with your video games, you gamers, and yeah. Thanks for letting me hang out.
See y'all later.
Yeah.
Bye.
Get the out of my chat room! I am 2 hours late to play with the boys! Get out! I'm not raiding anybody!
A resplendent
Leave!
All I have learned is that schizo emo Destiny God is right.
// white girls are the problem squad W.